going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on our second channel. So I ended up picking this up just to do a video on. This is the Job Smart Pro Series tack light that Tractor Supply sells. So I was just curious to see what it was and the quality was like and how bright it was, and just to get it because I can. So this was $24.99, I think. Something like that. It actually has a rechargeable battery in the back. It has a button on the side so you can change it out, or a pressure switch. So according to the packaging, it's 360 lumens. So let's just break it open and see what it's all about. Alright, so I went ahead and cut out the sides. We'll go ahead and open it up. So it has a little cap for the back if you don't want to run the pressure switch. Has a pressure switch that feels very cheap, but I mean, it's a $25 light, so you can't really complain. It has a section that you can mount to a Picatinny rail. Looks like you can actually take this out and use this as a regular flashlight too if you wanted to. It's got 4 screws here. You can pop that out. Let's see, what else is in here? So it's got the battery charger. This does come with a 3.7 volt rechargeable battery. Hopefully this is charged because obviously we just opened this. Instructions, I'm assuming, maybe. Hopefully they're in in English and not like Chinese or something. Charging instructions basically says plug it in and wait 4 to 6 hours. This is stating that you should probably not hurt yourself with the electronics. So I guess we will Sunview Technologies, made in China. Imagine that. I guess we'll pop this off real quick and see how bright this is. So the battery looks like goes this way. The positive end goes in first. I'm not really sure which one okay, positive end is one with the bump, just like normal batteries. Looks like it has 2 little seals here. I think this is supposed to be water resistant. Water resistant for whatever that says. As you can tell, this is not exactly a professional video. This is just because I kind of wanted to try it. And hopefully the battery's dead, because there's no light. Let's try putting this other end cap on real quick and see what happens. Well, I think we need to do some battery charging. I guess we'll plug this in and let it charge for a little while, and hopefully it works. So while we're charging the battery, for some reason Anthony thought it was a good idea to put it on his PX4 Storm. Obviously the gun's unloaded, but this is kind of perfect.
Perfect finger length to the trigger.
And
get that side profile.
And off. And on.
It's made for that gun.
Off. Yeah, I don't know, but you know, it's like, it's literally perfect. Not that you would want to do this. It's just hilarious. I don't know.
Later that same evening.
We let this charge for, what, maybe an hour and a half, something like this. So hopefully it works. Let's find out. Oh, look at that. It does work, and it's on. So, actually pretty decently bright. It doesn't have a strobe or anything. Let's put the other end cap on and see how the pressure switch works. So the pressure switch seems to work, and then there's like a little on or off button up at the top. So So on, off, and then there's a pressure. Wow, I cannot talk tonight. Pressure switch that you can turn it on momentarily. I guess let's go outside real quick and see how actually bright this is. So not that you can see me, but it's not 100% dark out. But let's see how bright this is. So that's actually pretty bright for a $20 flashlight.
Here, put it on you.
Ooh, spooky ghost. So, yeah, it's pretty bright. Yeah, you can actually see the beam of light going into the sky.
I can't.
Well, you guys probably can't, but you can see it in the video. So yeah, I don't know if this is fully charged or not. We let it charge for what, an hour or so? Hour and a half, maybe? But yeah, you can see the chops of trees and whatnot. It's pretty good light. So yeah, I guess we'll go back inside. Final impressions. Feels cheap. Works. The cheapest part, I think, is this pressure switch, which you don't have to use. Like, this feels really cheap. The light itself feels kind of cheap, but it's also metal. Anthony was looking to adjust this earlier, and the screws that they use on here are very, very cheap, and actually the heads aren't even centered. So only some of the Allen key only fits in some of these heads. But I mean, you have no reason to take this off. Like I said before, pressure switch feels very cheap. It works, but it feels cheap. The mount feels cheap, but it works. It's a Picatinny mount that you can adjust and clamp on there. The body of the flashlight itself feels fairly rugged. I mean, you can tell it's just made out of cheap metal. But for $20, $25, if you just want a light that works, could be a good option. Or if you want to do like the cheapest AR build possible or something like that. It's kind of big. I mean, this is like a regular flashlight size nowadays. It's not really a tack light. It's not really that heavy. The packaging says that it's, what did it say, quarter of a pound? Something like that. Yeah, quarter of a pound. So yeah, I mean, for 20 bucks, I say go try it out. I wouldn't necessarily put it on the nicest rifle ever, but if you want to put, you know, it on a cheaply built whatever, or you want to just put it on something and use it, then yeah, I say go for it. But no, it wouldn't be on like a nice rifle, but you know, it's a good light for 20, 25 bucks. So yeah. Hopefully this was helpful for some of you guys. Literally the only reason why I bought this was to do a video on it and just to see how cheap it was. But it seems like a decent value for 20 or 25 bucks. So yeah, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. This is actually our second channel. We do have our primary channel is called Out of Line Garage, which we'll link down below. It's all car content. We try and keep the gun and the car stuff separated. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful to some of you guys, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.